Good afternoon. It is your weekly shout out. It is Tuesday, the 31st of June, and I'm hoping that everybody had a wonderful weekend with family and friends and took the opportunity to reflect on everyone who's served our country and for the freedom that we have here and enjoy in the U.S. and in San Luis Obispo. Just a couple thoughts looking ahead on the City Council agenda. There's been a really busy week last week as we got ready for Memorial Day weekend and a big push to get the water fund, sewer fund, transit, and parking funds analysis all done. Presented that information to the city manager, and then we were able to then work on and finalize the 2016-17 supplemental budget. You know, it has really been a remarkable accomplishment to get this work done. As I think back on my time here with the city, when I took the interim role here in finance back in September of last year, you know, as I looked at today, there's only a handful of people who've been really here who've put together a supplemental budget before. And big kudos and shout out to, of course, Kelly and Zena and Vilma and Tracy, everyone who did an amazing job putting the budget together. A big shout out to also to the analysts who really participated and helped guide Zena and helped Kelly with the production. Also looking on the 14th of June, we've got a big laundry list of consent items, 14 of them. And then we've got the big night set aside for the urban water management plan. The Planning Commission heard it last week. I made some comments that'll go on to the City Council. Then from there, on the 21st of June, we've got an introduction of Kelly Medina and Michael Rainier into to the City Council, and we've all welcomed them to the finance team. It seemed like they've been here forever now. And then it's also an introduction of Marcus Carloni in his new role as the Special Projects Manager over in admin. Again, there's a long laundry list of consent items. And a few, and on the main calendar that night on the 21st will be an update on the Economic Development Program, Natural Resources Program, and then we'll hear a briefing from SLOCOG, and we need action from the City Council relative to the proposed self-help taxing initiative, which will help fund maintenance and regional transportation improvements. Then the council takes a break until the 12th of July, and we've got a pretty light agenda right now. And then on the 19th, we've got public art policy revisions and public facilities financial planning. So that's what's in store for on the council side. Looking back, and I apologize, it's been a couple weeks, a lot of busy weeks working on the supplemental budget. We've a few things that have happened in IT. Nick Orban has continued his work on the Tasajara radio site to resolve interference on the green channel on the backup at the site. Lynn has attended the initial meeting with the SLOHAS work group. She'll be representing IT moving forward. She's really worked on moving a few workstations in and around the city. Jason Dornis has got the Terrace Hill tank online and working. Haley has screen updates for the wharf and the Terrace Hill controller calibration, and then completed the South Hills radio installation. Eric Morganson is in the process of migrating more users to VPN, and then he installed the migration of Qtiva on the new server, and then he patched up the city's GIS GPS to prevent any sort of security vulnerabilities. Don has updated Spillman and created a new law zone response areas and revised sewer service lateral labels. And Mary's been analyzing some arson data by time and providing that data to PD, and then has been renumbering the historic properties in some work with Community Development Department. And then Nicola has created new rental housing inspection zones. Over on the finance side of the house, a lot of continued work to onboard some new folks. Michael is doing a fantastic job with payroll, and Lynn and him are really looking forward to GFOA coming out on June 20th and 21st. They'll be working on some process improvements for payroll, but in addition, also working on process improvements for bank reconciliation. Marjorie and the team are going to be looking at RFPs for collections and others, and for also business license enforcement. And we hope to have a contract soon for those services. And then there was a lot of work, as I mentioned, on budget. And that really, I think, came together last week. A lot of folks here burned the midnight oil and kept things moving along, and we were able to get everything done Thursday evening so people could get away on Friday to take a long Memorial Day break. I want to jump back to the GFOA piece. A lot of folks have asked about, so when are we going to get down to it? When are we going to start working on some of the process improvements? And that really has begun. It will continue. And we interviewed last week some technical writers who are going to be working with GFOA when they come back out here to work on specific process improvements for payroll and bank reconciliation. And then after that work is done, to develop desk manuals for those on reoccurring tasks. So I think that there's going to be some exciting changes here in the near future, which I think will be really, really helpful for the people doing those jobs. We're also going to update other desk manuals as an interim step to make sure that we have down on paper the processes that we need to follow in order to get the job done here in terms of the services that we provide to both city residents and also to other departments. Looking ahead, next week, a lot of folks are heading out to the International Town Gown Association. Katie and Michael and 3 council members. This will be my first time in the last 3 years. I haven't partaken in that event, and I'll be back here manning the fort. Really looking forward to see what they bring back in terms of new ideas from Chicago. We applied for an award for our civility report that we put together last year, and I'm really excited to see how a team of reviewers looks at that report and how it measures up against other projects in the past. Thanks everyone for all of your work in reaching this incredible milestone of getting the budget out there. I know that there's other milestones out there that people are looking at in terms of implementing software and moving towards business license renewal, and I appreciate all the focus and effort to make that happen. Stop by, say hi, and let me know how I can help. Take care.